run it, ooh, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back. About this time, take a photograph. Run it back, make it to the friends. Run it back when I told it right. I'll be back, make another back. Ultra fast. I ain't with the boat to dash. Run it back, running back. Face back with the shoulder pads.
Run it back, watch your back. You think I want it cream, but I like it black. Buy the act and run it back. You see how I act, nothing I lack. Feel it like a fatal heart attack. I'd die for that. I don't stress about it, I think less without it. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high-key, running back, let me have it back. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche.
Meeting your season goal comes with higher rewards, but also
Solo might be right back. Oh yeah, it's like that. I told her I might be right back.
Run it back, told him put the money in the bag, double that. Run it back, told him put the money in the bag, double that, double that.
Today, from SoFi Stadium.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Injuries overshadowed a great season from Tua last season. He led a Miami passing game that was one of the best in the league, and even more importantly, took them to the postseason for the first time in 6 years. That jump they were looking for from him, it absolutely occurred.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Well, such a great Week 1 matchup here, the Dolphins and Chargers. And fairly or unfairly, these two QBs are going to be measured against one another probably for the rest of their careers. Remember, Tua was the number 5 overall pick in 2020, and Justin Herbert followed him at number 6.
And let's add on to it because Joe Burrow went number 1 overall. He's led Cincinnati to 1 Super Bowl appearance. Jordan Love, also a first-rounder, getting his opportunity in 2023. And Jalen Hurts was a second-rounder with Philadelphia, and he's made it to the Super Bowl. So all in all, quite a class.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. The short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little...
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Brandon Jones picking it off. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We've got 2. We got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was...
Touchdown, Dolphins! Tyreek Hill, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When we see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys. As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. Now 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Kelly. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Play action. It's Herbert. Work in the middle. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Jet sweep. This is Johnston. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 35, here's 2nd and a yard. A give up the middle to Kelly. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They run up the gut with Kelly, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They run straight ahead with Snell, and he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Herbert. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown. Mike Williams. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hope they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. a surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. A give. This is Kelly. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Again, it's Kelly. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Back to throw here, Herbert. Setting up the screen to Kelly. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get him in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got
a leap, and he's got it. He got it. 36 yards on the play. First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. It's a slant to Hill. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there, a touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14 to 10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnston. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Herbert. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll find Everett there, complete. They had a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Now it's Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Dancing away at the 35. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And going deep for Hill. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 46 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Dolphins are able to widen their advantage. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Here's Tua. This drive here beginning. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And the Chargers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Herbert. They'll get this over the middle here to Palmer.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On 3rd down, Kelly. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Herbert going to leave this with Kelly on the draw. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. Herbert now. Throw left side complete. That's Kelly. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Herbert. Incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
The Chargers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw again. They shakes him off. That is caught. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll hand it off to Kelly. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout.
He's got a man, complete. There he goes again, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 91 yards. And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Kelly. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Looking to throw. Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Herbert back to the air. This is caught by Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Herbert on first down now. Finding Williams once more, complete. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Right side, he has Johnston. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Out of the gun, Herbert. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
He is going to find Hill here. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. but everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every...
This is the development trait. This player has a zone ability. This